These are the Holden quality parts, HQ Holdens, 40 laps around the Thunderdome. We have got to start. Green flag waving as the sun sets here at the Thunderdome. And Bob Hepburn is the man in the box seat in the purple HQ who leads the way.
Lee, what a great way to go racing. What a fun way to go racing in the HQ Holdens. But let me tell you, after 40 laps out there on the Thunderdome, these guys will know they've had a hard day's work.
Well, I don't know how much fun it would be, George, sitting in the middle of this pack of 34 screaming HQs. Bob Hepburn has placed the best, though. All going at it there. That's Mark Wicks and also John Spencer. John Spencer is well placed.
Oh, we've had a spin coming out of turn 4. Couldn't quite see who it is there, but look at this, Lee. Head on. Oh, man, that was a hard hit.
That driver has gone from one side of the track to the other, hit the wall on both sides of the circuit. It all happened so fast. Let's have a look at the Bob Jane Team Arts replay. Caught in the middle there is car 26 by the looks of things. That's Richard Ireland, who is spinning down from the top to the bottom. Car 33 at the top. That's Reese Arundel, the red HQ. And a good job. I can't quite pick up the number on the purple HQ that he has done an exceptional job to miss.
Wasn't quite enough room there. He just got him on the way through, Lee.
Here is another angle, the Bob Jane Team Arts replay. Look to the top of your screen, and there is the carnage. 26 is Richard Ireland, copping quite a hammering. He goes down, and we're still unable to identify that driver at the bottom. It could have been car 11, Paul Butler.
Yeah, Lee, that was a big hit. I'd say the motor of that car sitting back beside the driver at this point.
Back to racing. Have a look at this up the front. 25 is Carl Trofer. He is giving Bob Hepburn lots to think about. He just drifts off, and here comes John Augusta back in third. This is exactly what he was doing in the previous round, just giving a little nudge from behind, letting the drivers know that he's there, and here comes Augusta. Have a look at the number 4 machine, making an inside move on Carl Trofer, and we've had more carnage. The HQs are just biffing and bashing out there.
Pointing in the right direction, though, Lee. They're just going to keep their foot into it, pick up their momentum and keep going.
That looked like it could have been 21 Anthony Edwards. 5 cars in a big bunch, and Bob Hepburn leads them.
It's all happening there, Lee. Look at Augusta.
Oh, Carl Trofer.
Whoa!
He is all out of shape, and he's lost it. Hayden Ivers has hit him as well and goes screaming onto the inside.
Big slide on the grass, still trying to get it back. Turns it around. Oh!
Hayden Ivers just coming in contact there. They just scattered everywhere. We go back up the front. It is still Bob Hepburn who leads the way from John Augusta.
Well, Augusta's certainly not holding back. It didn't slow him any. He's just kept his foot flat to the boards, and he's trying to run high, low. What he's trying to do there, Lee, is using the top part of the track and trying to run down it to see if he can get some more speed.
This 40-lapper, the Holden Quality Parts HQ Holden Series.
With the wall.
That is Carl Trofer, the Dart Racing entry. Look at the left front end.
A lot of damage to that car. And that's the end of Carl Trofer's race for the night.
Certainly is, George. Hard luck for him, but we get back at it. Augusta looking for the win. He's had some consistent placings, and he would be looking for the number 1 spot this time. More trouble.
Oh. The HQs are really hot tonight, Lee. Look at the replay.
Here is the Bob Jane Team Arts replay. 21 and 80 was it? 21 and 81, Greg Aquilina and Anthony Edwards. At a guess, that was a rough estimate. Definitely the 21 of Anthony Edwards was caught in that one. We go back up the front, and Bobby Hepburn is really turning it on. The 44 entry. He goes around the outside of Augusta, just like John Augusta did.
Hepburn sideways. Coming out of that turn sideways. Look, here's another one.
Car 20 has lost it. That's Ken Leet in the Rebel Cleaning and Security car.
Plenty of excitement here tonight, Lee, in the HQs.
They are on their way home. The final lap. Can John Augusta handle the pressure coming from 44? Bob Hepburn, he is really starting to apply it. Looking on the inside, there was Bobby Hepburn. He gets loose again.
Hepburn gave a bit of a knock on the back door.
Unbelievable stuff. It is checkered flag time, and the win will go to John Augusta. Congratulations to him. What a close finish. Have a look at that. There's about 8 cars within half a second. But the win went to John former NASCAR champion, George Elliott. And, George, we should be in for another great 25-lapper with the HQs.
Absolutely, Lee. It's great to be here tonight. And what an exciting way to start the night with the HQ Holdens.
Hayden Ivers, plenty of pressure on him, as I said earlier, starting from pole position for the very first time. The HQs are underway, 25 laps around the Goodyear Thunderdome. There are 36 HQ Holdens out there on the circuit going at it flat out. They're jostling for positions already through turns 1 and 2, and all the pressure is on Hayden Ivers.
And it's tough out there leading the race, Lee, especially for the first time. If that's the first pole he's had, he's really going to work hard tonight.
One man to keep an eye on will be Paul Bon Giorno in the number 51 car. Paul ran second at round 1. And he's a really good driver in the HQ category, but the man out in front, Hayden Ivers, he won the first round. Can he make it 2 from 2? He's certainly looking good so far. And there you go, the scrap is already on. Bob Hepburn on the inside. It looked like the 84 machine. That's Lee Casey looking for an outside run. They're already jostling. Have a look at Bob Hepburn in the purple machine. Car 44, and already some of those cars, George, are starting to get a little loose in the tail end.
They are, Lee. You know, they're setting a pretty fast pace out there at the beginning of this race. Hayden's, as I said, really got his work cut out for him, because running into the turn, he has nobody to pace him, although a little bit of luck, the 44 car might get around, certainly give him someone to follow.
Bob Hepburn, that is, sitting in second position behind our race leader, Hayden Ivers, who's doing a very good job. Look at Bob Hepburn. Oh, out onto the grass, back on. That was an incredible save.
Bob's gone for a big pass on the grass, but it very, very rarely comes off.
Well, what an anxious moment there for Bob Hepburn. Car 44, we've got another incident. Car 30, that is Doug Lever. Here's the Bob Jane Team Arts replay for you. Let's have a look high in this turn. Look towards the top of your screen. There's one car going sideways already, George.
Lee, I think what happened there was that, you know, the guys towards the rear of the field, they've committed themselves to the turn. They see a bit of action happening up the front. They've got to get out of the gas and go for the brake to slow down. The minute they do that, the car's upset and it'll come around really quick.
Well, we saw car 30 there, Douglas Lever, coming in contact with that car and going sideways. I didn't get a good look at the number. It could have been 76 Lee Yarnell. But we are back under race conditions, and it's still Hayden Ivers who leads the way convincingly from pole position. Bob Hepburn in the purple machine, car 44, is starting to make a bit of a comeback. Paul Bon Giorno in there as well, doing a good job. Still plenty of time left to go in the Holden Quality Parts HQ Challenge.
The advantage that Hayden's got out there in the front, of course, is that he gets the ideal race line. You know, he gets to pick the part on the track that he wants to use. Anyone else to get around needs a slower part of the racetrack.
Have a look at how close they are. John Augusta in car number 4, sitting in second position, was all over the back of Hayden Ivers. And what's the advantage, George, in just staying that close?
Well, the advantage of staying that close is the back door to let him know, hey, I want through.
We have got a spin. Have a look at this. Car 76, well, that's the car that I thought was in the earlier incident. That is Lee Yarnell. Well, there's 3 cars that have just run for cover. Car number 11 involved also. That's Paul Butler. He's headed straight for the pits. Well, plenty of action at this early stage in the HQs. Here's the Bob Jane Team Arts replay of that incident. Now, cars just coming together there. That's 76 Lee Yarnell. 25, by the look of it, 35 Ian Hibbett involved. They go up towards the wall. Lee Yarnell just sliding sideways down towards the bottom, and that was a lucky escape for him.
Lee, that was, but if you watch both these crashes, they're pretty much in the same part of the racetrack. There could even be a little tiny bit of oil on the racetrack in that area.
What we see, car 35, that is Ian Hibbett going up backwards into the wall. Quite a nasty crunch there. Car 11 got out of it not too bad. That was Paul Butler, and he went straight back to the pits. The car's going nice and slow around the Goodyear Thunderdome under their second caution situation in this 25-lapper. We are back under green conditions, and it's still Hayden Ivers, our pole sitter, who leads the way from John Augusta. Here comes Bob Hepburn, pulling out of the slipstream very, very quickly and going for an HQ Racing.
Lee, Bob Hepburn, he really wants to get to the front there and just hold it.
25 making an inside move there. That is Carl Trofer. Not wasting any time indeed. He was one of our front runners in round 1, and there's been an incident again. It looked like car number 10. That's Scott Walker, who narrowly misses the pit wall and gets away with it.
Lee, he did an excellent job to miss that wall. You know, once you hit that grass, normally you just become the passenger. You can see why this type of racing, this HQ racing, is fantastic breeding ground for NASCARs. It's just so close, so fast, and so full on.
Well, speaking of full on, they are on their way home. This is the last lap. There's been yet another lead change and a big slam from John Augusta on 51, Paul Bon Giorno. There's only 2 turns left to go and the run down the straight to home. Paul Bon Giorno is in the box seat at the moment. Have a look at the other guys coming from behind for the minor placings. This is it. This will put an end to the HQ Holden Quality Parts HQs, and Paul Bon Giorno takes it out. How close was that one? Fantastic HQ racing, and congratulations to Paul Bon Giorno. And underway in the first of the HQ races. Our pole sitter, John Spencer, has got away nicely. Sitting on the outside is Steve Walker. That is a very tight bunch into the first corner.
34 cars on the grid, all of these 202 cubic inch Holden HQs built between 1971 and 1974. In that time, General Motors built about 500,000 of them, about 34 survive, and they're all here tonight.
Good to see them as well. It is still 24, our pole sitter, John Spencer, who leads the way. Look at the battle, second, third, and we've had a spinner.
And another spin down here as well. Turn 4 coming onto the main straight.
Whoa, that is nasty.
Yellow's out. Cars everywhere, all over the track.
Here's the replay of that incident. The car in second position got all out of shape. That looked like Glenn McDonald to me, the number 13 car. Then we've got 21 involved in that as well, which is Anthony Edwards.
Nice point arguing about it, boys. He's running down.
I think it's a character reference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now it comes down tar 10, Steve Walker on the inside. 3 abreast. And another one looking on the inside.
Went 1 minute, John.
It's sensational. 25 is David Armour.
Car 25 going very, very well for the last few laps, but now he's come back into the action. This is a great 6-car battle at the moment here at the Goodyear Thunderdome. All the pressure on John Spencer out in front.
The setting sun being of no assistance to these drivers. It must be hell out there just trying to see where to go as they drive up onto turn 1 straight into the sunshine.
Keeping in mind that the first lap, well, it wasn't really even a full lap, was it, John, in the original start? All of the HQ drivers, the remaining 28 drivers, have done a tremendous job to have such...
Up on Trofer getting very loose, coming up onto the main straight, just down now onto the tri-oval. It's got to be Spencer's race. Trofer to the outside, half a car length in it. Spencer wins from Trofer.